Sometimes you tell your friends what you do and you instantly realize, oh no, they don't get it. Yeah, that's kind of what it's like when I tell people I sell vintage on Etsy. So, true confessions time. Do your friends really understand what you do on Etsy? Mine? Well, some of them do. Hi, I'm Carol, a retired teacher turned vintage reseller. I run an Etsy shop called V Vintage Collectibles, where I sell curated vintage decor and collectibles. And here on my channel, I share the real life stories, lessons, and sometimes the laughs that come with running a vintage business from home. If you love old things with history and you like a good behind the scenes chat about vintage selling online, you are in the right place today. Over the years, I've run into a few, let's call them memorable moments, situations that made me laugh, cringe, or just quietly sip my coffee and smile while thinking, wow, they really don't get it. And I'm actually picturing somebody's face in my head as I'm saying this. Today, I'm sharing the 4 most awkward scenarios I've run into since I started selling vintage online. The kind of moments that make me wonder if I should have just kept my little mouth shut and my Etsy shop a secret. But hey, we're all friends here, right? So let's talk about it. Now in scenario 1, I'm talking about friends who think vintage means used. All right, let's start with the first one. The friend who hears that you sell vintage on Etsy and immediately thinks that that just means used stuff. You know the look, the soft smile, the slightly tilted head, and the gentle hand on your arm like they're consoling you. They'll say something like, oh, that's so nice. You're finding creative ways to keep busy. And all the while they're thinking, she should just have a yard sale and get it over with. And you know what they're picturing? Me in an alley behind the thrift store digging through a box of chipped mugs and broken lamps? No, friend, I'm not dumpster diving. I'm selling pieces of actual history. The thing is, people outside the vintage world don't always realize how different vintage is from used. Used is just something secondhand. Somebody owned it, they got rid of it because they got tired of it and they passed it along. But vintage means that time has added character. It has design, quality, and nostalgia. It's survived trends, maybe even decades, and it still turns heads today. Well, I always want to tell them that retro vase that you bought it new at Target, right? Well, mine's the original from 1962, but instead I just smile and say, thank you. Because explaining the charm of vintage to someone who hasn't fallen in love with it, well, that's kind of like trying to explain why you still watch old movies when there's Netflix. You either get it or you don't. And that's okay, because while they might see used, we see craftsmanship, story, and soul. The kind of beauty that only time can create. So no, it's not junk. It's curated history, and that is a big difference. And then there's scenario 2. Your friend thinks that you're a hoarder. Now, the next one. You mention your vintage shop, and a friend comes over to your house, maybe for coffee, and their eyes start darting around. You can see it happening. They're looking at the shelves and the bins and the boxes you've got labeled inventory, and they get this look, you know the one. It's somewhere between curiosity and mild panic, and then it comes. So, how many of these do you actually sell? You've heard it, haven't you? Even in that same tone of voice, right? Well, here's the translation. Do you really sell this stuff, or are you just collecting it all? Just hoarding it? I want to say it's called inventory, not clutter. There's a system here, organized chaos, but still a system. I mean, yes, there might be a dining chair tucked behind the sofa that's waiting for its photo shoot. And yes, maybe that end table in the corner is technically for sale, but that doesn't make me a hoarder. It makes me a business owner. What they don't see is the constant rotation, the way items come in, get cleaned, photographed, listed, packed, and then shipped out. To them, it might just look like a storage room. To me, it's a showroom. I've learned not to take it personally when friends can't tell the difference between passion and piles. Because to vintage sellers like us, that inventory room is full of stories, not stuff. We're getting worse as we go along here, so hang in with me. Scenario 3, your friend wants a free appraisal. All right. Hey, can you tell me what this is worth, friend? You know the one. Well, not even a friend, more like an acquaintance in my experience. You know the one. They text you a blurry photo of a glass bowl on their kitchen counter, and the message says, "This was my grandma's. Is it worth anything?" I always laugh because they think I can just look at it and instantly know, oh yes, that's a 1950s Fenton compote, pattern number 9254, worth exactly $47.83. I am not George the Antique Nomad, okay? I aspire to be him someday, but for now, no, I don't have that kind of knowledge. But apparently running an Etsy shop makes me an antiques roadshow on call. What they don't realize is identifying and valuing vintage takes time, research, and experience. We look for maker's marks, patterns, color variations, production years. It's part science, part art, and sometimes part detective work. So when they say, just a quick favor, I'm thinking, that quick favor will take me an hour of research and going through 3 books of glassware. I usually try to be kind about it, and I'll say, it's lovely, I'm not totally sure, but I look on eBay for similar sold listings to get a ballpark, or even use Google Lens. That polite seller code means don't turn me into your personal appraiser. But it happens to all of us, doesn't it? People see you doing something you love, and they want to be a part of it. They just don't realize how much expertise it takes. And this is the worst one. Scenario 4. Can you just sell this for me? And there's the big one. Yep. This scenario makes every vintage seller groan. The friend who says, hey, you sell on Etsy, right? I've got some things from my grandma's attic. Maybe you could list them for me, and we'll split the profit. Ugh. Yeah, the 50-50 offer. Now let's think about that for a second. I do the cleaning, the research, the photography, the listing, the packaging, the shipping, the customer service, not to mention paying income tax on any revenue that comes in from it, and we'll split the proceeds half and half. Sure, that sounds great. For you? Yeah, this has happened to me more than once. I have had this conversation, and every time I think, if I'm going to put in all that work, I might as well just sell one of my own items and keep 100%. It's not that I don't appreciate the offer. Some of the items are really lovely, but selling for someone else is rarely worth it unless it's a formal consignment arrangement with clear terms. Otherwise, it's just an awkward favor that turns into free labor. I usually say something like, I wish I could, but I'm already behind on my own listings, or that's not my business model. I don't usually do that, which is true because, we don't do that, and we are usually behind on listings, right? Vintage sellers have an unspoken motto: so much inventory, so little time. So, do I tell my friends about my Etsy shop? Yes. But carefully. I've learned that there's a time and a place for sharing, and sometimes it's better to let people discover your shop on their own, because when they see the photos, the packaging, the reviews, that's when they start to understand. Running a vintage shop isn't about selling used stuff. It's about preserving stories, celebrating craftsmanship, and connecting beautiful things with people who will appreciate them. So the next time a friend gives you that confused look, just smile. We get it, even though they don't. And I'd love to hear from you. Have you had any of these moments? Do your friends think you're a hoarder? Do they want you to sell their stuff? Tell me in the comments so we can laugh about it together. Thanks for being here and have a great day.